Supporters of medical marijuana want to add post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD, as a use. The full body scanner can detect any object on a person. This one only detects metal. That's right, Casey. It was on this corner where Angelica Melody Gray was last seen before her family reported her missing. Soldiers filled Blackhawks like this one with equipment that they'll be taking on their operation to Kuwait. For the next 4 days, lawmakers are in a transmittal period where they're going to be absent from the House and Senate floor. You can testify on any bill that concerns you. By rule, committee hearings are scheduled 3 days in advance. Reporting to you from the Capitol, Chudney Matta, ABC 5. Gabriel Woodrow says that he was in his garage when he looked outside and saw his home in flames.
Well, initially I just was concerned for my father-in-law because the fire was, blowing against the side of the apartment that he lives in, and that's the only exterior door upstairs. But as I ran down toward there, he was already coming out of the garage.
Local Bird's Eye volunteer firemen say that the initial call came in about 8:29. They responded and were here at the location 15 minutes later, but it was too late. The home and the guest home were up in flames. Fire crews say that the fire most likely started on the right side of the home, where the hot tub was located. It took 43 volunteer firefighters to put out the flames.
I'm thinking it had something to do with the hot tub, but I'm not sure because...
So was the hot tub going?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it goes all the time.
There is nothing left of the 3,800 square foot home, but Woodrow says luckily he has home insurance and no one was hurt.
I could have gone back into the house probably a few times. I had enough time, watching it burn. But at that point in time, I didn't feel like getting hurt.
Once the flames engulfed the home, it drifted off into wildland. But authorities say due to the fast response by firefighters and their ability to contain the fire, no other homes were damaged. In Helena, Chudney Matta, ABC 5. For the next 4 days, lawmakers will be taking a short break while they prepare for the second half of session. And though it seems as though everyone is getting along in the halls of the Capitol, some lawmakers say that so far what they came to do has not been done. Democratic lawmakers say that their report card after 45 days is not good, and come this next half, a major improvement needs to happen.
We have much work to do. We are poised to make great progress in the second half, but we would be remiss if we think that we found our first half's body of work acceptable, and the trends that have been set in place need to be reversed.
Minority leaders say that despite having the smaller number of members, they know what's best for Montanans will prevail. And with some division in the Republican caucus being evident, getting those things done may not be too difficult.
Senate's a little different. I think there are more perhaps inter-party issues that are evident over there that are creating the Senate to be a source of a different kind of dissension this session.
There are those in the Senate that are ready to work with us. There is a coalition that puts us over the top in terms of getting to 26 or more that will allow us to advance good legislation.
Republicans, on the other hand, have so far seen what they would call a good balance, and that they will continue to focus on what all lawmakers came to Helena to do: tackle financial issues and pass a budget.
We have to pass a budget, and there are a number of big expenditures that we're looking at, including the state pension, unfunded liability, Medicaid expansion, the state pay plan, K through 12 funding. And so a lot of big ticket items still need to be addressed. We'll be looking at a number of the House bills that have those, and we've transmitted a number of bills to the House. But our only job is to pass a budget.
The GOP will continue to work on policies and solutions to lower the tax burden on Montanans, allow businesses to grow, create quality jobs, and make sure kids get the education they need to compete in a global economy. There does seem to be some division with party lines, but lawmakers agree on one thing: passing a budget. And it's clear that they can't do that without bipartisan effort. Reporting from the Capitol, Chudney Matta, ABC 5. 150 National Guard soldiers hugged and kissed their loved ones before boarding a plane that would take them away for the next 9 months.
Once the battalion is in Kuwait, they will stay together as a unit. Certainly they'll have missions that take parts of them away for short periods of time, but they'll stay together in Kuwait as a unit.
The 1st 189th General Aviation Support Battalion is off to Kuwait on Operation Spartan Shield, where they will be moving equipment around bases while aiding other troopers. Soldiers filled Blackhawks like this one with equipment that they'll be taking on their operation to Kuwait. But just before they reach there, they'll be stopping in Fort Hood, Texas, where they'll undergo 9 weeks of training. Among those saying goodbye to the troops was Governor Bullock, who says it won't be long before we are greeting this brave group back to Montana.
As I look at each of you, I see a determination and a confidence that assures me that you have the training and the ability to execute the mission, to be safe, and to be proud of what you've done.
50 out of the 100 troops flew in 8 Blackhawks, while the others waved goodbye as they walked up the charter plane steps. The group is expected to return in early spring of 2014, where once again their loved ones will gather to welcome them home. In Helena, Chudney Matta, ABC 5.